Dad joke incoming in 3, 2, 1. So we have a live today, which is awesome because we're not unalive, we're not zombies.
That's
We're
true.
alive, which is good.
That is helpful to do anything.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's Halloween week. Who survives a zombie apocalypse? Star Trek edition.
So,
It's going to be fun.
Someone kind of came to me in a vision. I was like, "Ooh, okay, actually." And it's a ranked. I haven't done a ranked in a little while because there isn't just one, right? This would have been silly if it was just because let's be honest. Data 7 probably going to be high up in the ranking, right, of who lives. So it's a ranking,
Yeah.
not an override. So what's fun about this, of course, is that the skills needed vary kind of radically for a zombie apocalypse. It's not like just the strongest survive, right? Or the captains. Well, you need a crew to captain to be a great whatever. So yeah, broad skill set and or how well they'll do. So I'm very interested to see who you guys suggest. They can be heroes, villains, side characters, main characters, Trek only, of course. And we'll discuss and vote where we think it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be a fun one. I was like coming up with my zombie apocalypse crew. I'd want like Adam Savage on it from Mythbusters, and there's a few people
Yeah.
I'd want.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this will be kind of fun to see who's all in S and A tier because those will probably be the ones you definitely want on your team. Because you guys can of course throw in like, you know, Ensign Ricky, the red shirt, so it'll be like an F, throw in some
Well,
Fs.
but if they're security officers, they have weapon knowledge, so might not be enough. You say that, but like Kess,
We'll talk
Pre,
about it.
I'm
Yeah.
just and obviously do variant because like as I alluded to, Kess season 1 far more edible than Kess season trauma dumping the ship. So you can be specific, right? And that's okay,
Yeah.
right? Right, I'm gonna start sharing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really excited to see what you guys do.
Yes, I'm going to tell you guys to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content from us. And yeah, this will be a fun one because it'll be fun. You guys don't get to vote on anything as far as picking anything this time. We are the rankers. We are the deciders. You guys just throw in the people that we need to talk about. And you do that via super chat or via PayPal. And if you PayPal, you get 2 for 1. So if you throw in $5 in PayPal, you get 2 choices as opposed to just one with the $5 on super chat. So consider doing PayPal as well. It helps us out immensely, and is a big deal, big difference as far as what we get in the end as well. So yeah, definitely consider doing that, and yeah, pull out some really great contestants for this because it'll be fun. Also, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure that you're sharing the videos around to anybody that you think might like Star Trek stuff. Um, yeah, you guys are the deciders of what we talk about during these lives. So, and yes, tomorrow will also be a spooky themed one as well, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So join us for that one also. Probably a little bit scary in this one. And yeah, hit that like button. Don't forget there are links down below in the description of every video to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. Really great Trekyards merch there, as well as a bunch of cool other stuff. So check it out. Use the link, and just using the link, clicking the link helps immensely. So, but yes, Sean O'Neill, is this apocalypse everywhere or just one planet? Starts on your ship and just goes from there. And yes, Dan Bend, Captain Archer did survive some zombie Vulcans in Impulse. Great episode. Trekkernaut says the Doctor being a hologram, he has no brain state. It's true, but he does have a holographic projector, which was knocked off. He's done for. So, all right,
I made it. Do I
you
survive
made
zombie
it.
apocalypse now? Am I
Maybe.
maybe am I going to live? Let me live. I want to live.
Yes.
Of course, you said the 2 for 1 on PayPal. Of course, Stuart, which we very much encourage in this one because throw into. Have us debate, have us discuss. All right, who is the first to face the zombies?
Well, Stussy Guru 2000 throws in €5 and
Thanks
says
so
the
much.
Borg Queen. Nanoprobe should make her immune to any zombifying pathogen, and she should also be able to assimilate any zombie.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are 100% correct that she would probably be one of the goats and S tiers of this one for me, anyway.
And this is why going who wins, throwing a zombie queen against the zombies is good. Good. I'm glad we're doing a ranked already. Haha.
Yeah, she is in fact the zombie queen because the Borgs were initially designed to be quote unquote zombie like. So, yeah, this is an interesting one, and she's. You know, you don't consider that zombies have like a leader, and I think that makes them more scary. So, as I've said many times before, once they introduced the Queen, the Borgs kind of lost their terrifying aspect for me a little bit.
They're far more dangerous.
Yes, and no. That's a whole discussion.
It is. We've had it several times.
So yeah, I think this is definitely an S tier. Great way to start off as well, and yeah, she could. You know, bring those zombies into the collective and make them work for her as drones. And yeah, she couldn't get infected because yeah, her nanoprobes would prevent that. So absolutely top tier, S tier, a great way to start out. And yeah, if we had started off with her in like the regular format where you guys vote, she'd be there for a long time. Although there are a lot of really good ones in Star Trek, so it'd be interesting to see.
And of course, there are silly ones, a la Q, Trelane, etc. And that's okay. There can be S's. It's up to you guys to throw them in. PayPal 4241. I will check the PayPal in case any, so we can throw them in. Or if you want to throw one to the audience, please do. All right, Borg Queen. I mean, yes, of course, she's going to be one of the toppest of tier. And while we didn't internally discuss what we mean by zombie, I'm happy to keep that relatively broad. You know, the idea of a zombie is just an undead creature or person. I mean, you can have zombie dogs, you can have zombie horses, you can have zombie all sorts, right? And zombies can either be...
You can have zombie candy?
What?
You said zombie all sorts, which also...
Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah. Zombie burritos.
Become the zombie. You eat that candy.
Good food, destroy you.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Cheers.
Go ahead.
And they can, of course, be infected, and then within, I think, gosh, was it the Zombieland is like same hour, they're gonna go, and they can start running, whatever, or they can survive decades later and be decrepit, barely functioning, the body's being moved to keep fighting. So there's a lot of spectrum there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't include tech in this as much as, like, we're not including she has ships, right? This is a personal thing. This is her and her ability as a person, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she is physically stronger, of course. She could bat away zombies. But she would still... Because, you know, if there was literally 100 zombies coming at her, she can't physically punch them quick enough, right? That's the whole point of the Horde. She'll be overwhelmed, and they would be able to start eating and or breaking apart her body, right? I mean, how much can she continue with the flesh portions of her face going away?
But does she have a brain? And if so, is it encased in metal? Because that's what the
zombies
would be after, is her brain. So can they get through the metal?
Or just movement or other life sense? I mean, you know what I mean? Getting through the metals, absolutely, but how much breaking through the exoskeleton, you know, it's like, can the Borg Queen function with just the headpiece? Well, when we saw in the film, it was just moving. It wasn't necessarily able to. So there's probably a limitation to how much she can survive damage-wise. They're not immortal, they're just whatever. But then you have and then you have the nanoprobes. Can she infect a zombie and control and override the zombie? Probably. But, yes. You know, even if she's Matrix Newing, again, there'll be constant zombies. And, you know, so she wouldn't win.
But she
But
just call in drones to take care of the zombies for her.
that's not her. That's her drones. Then we're
That's
adding
part
in,
of her because she is.
but then we're adding Kirk can call a landing party, right? This is purely her.
Oh, you can do that, yes, for sure. But she's connectively linked to the collective. Like they're part of her. So it's a little bit different argument.
I mean, still she's S, just because she's
Yes.
least edible, and if she can, you know, I was adding the visual of a giant horde, but if she's walking through a town and one zombie comes at her, she can look at them with a pensive "I don't care," and then grab its neck as it comes close, and then start her own reverse horde, right? But I'm saying in the giant extreme of a world of zombies, think Resident Evil third one.
Sure.
Extinction, she would like she would still be taken down by the pure of people, because, you know, even just the weight of a mound of zombies, even if they can't break her apart, she wouldn't be she's not stronger than a weight of 5 ton of zombies, right? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
So we
go.
start off with a zombie in our zombie discussion.
I like it. I'm all for it. But there is a PayPal, Stuart, as you know. We've only put in one though. Shmebody, let us know a second one, because that's the whole point.
If they only want to put in one, they can only put in one. They have the right to put in two.
Hey,
you don't have to.
100% true.
So Schmobuddy says Tholians, they're crystals and or changelings. They're anything. So two. He's got Tholians and then changelings.
Didn't see the changeling. Nice,
yeah,
nice,
Tholians.
nice.
Yeah, Tholians, being crystalline entities that they are, would be any kind of zombie that goes up to attack said.
It's in the top strip.
Yeah, you can put them in if you want.
I gotta find the new one, Stuart. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I'm zoomed in on the chart too, so I can't see everything else. So it's fine. Otherwise, it's too small. Regardless. Anyway, any zombie that tries to get close enough to try to infect this thing is going to get fried anyway, because they're they live in like extremely hot environments. So yeah, absolutely. And S tier, there's gonna be a lot of S tiers, I think, in this one. But yeah, they can't be infected because they're crystals. The only thing the zombies can do is, if we're going with Sam's logic, is like just big pile of zombies on top of them, which will eventually crush their exoskeleton, and then they will freeze to death because they don't have their environmental suits on. But there'll be a big pile of burning zombies on top of them before that. Yeah, there's no way that this thing can become a zombie. So perfect S tier.
Yeah, I like it. It's funny. I was thinking, yeah, of course it'll just burn them, but no, environmental suit. So yeah, I guess you can extrapolate zombies on an Atholian planet, which means they're zombies of a species that can survive the heat on their planet. So that then it's just a null force, right? It's just on a planet where that is the standard. Yeah, you definitely can't zombify them, but you can still swarm them and use blunt force to rip apart stuff, and if there's animals, trample them, whatever. And I've no idea how, if they're literal crystals, then there might be some force metric that can shatter them. Don't know, right? Would make sense. Besides just the harmonic between Enterprise. But yeah, for being, I love the idea that they can just sort of be there and zombies just burn themselves on it, and slightly horrifyingly scream, which is not great, of course, but I guess how quick does zombie burn? So I would think I would. Well, I guess that. Well, I was about to say. I would suspect that maybe a Tholian can just like put his hand or his mandible through a zombie because it's so hot it'll just burn. Because sometimes if you're so hot you just burn through stuff, right? But I don't think they're that hot. I don't think they're necessarily like molten. They're just very, very hot. Otherwise I think it'd go through the floor, right? So they're probably not that hot. But certainly pretty effective. Yeah, if you can't eat them, hard to hurt them. And just flailing wildly would cause enough damage. Basically, you're going to end up making like an igloo of zombies around you. Protective shield.
But S tier.
Pretty happy to say Esther, yeah. This thing is hard to zombify. I've had this on a few times, you guys just throwing in S's. Fair dues. Yeah. There are many. Fair do. I like it.
Can't wait for the curveballs, though. Because somebody will come up with something.
They're coming.
All right, next up in Shmo Buddies is the Changelings.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a very good call out because would they be infected? They are organic, but they're also... They could just change their form. Would changing their form after they've been infected negate the virus? Like if they turned into a rock or a bird or mist, would that like
zombie
nullify
mist
the virus? Like, could they? We kind of got a zombie Odo a little bit when he couldn't, turn into a goo, and he kind of had the skin falling off of him, and I think they're pretty adaptive, and yeah, I don't think that the zombie infection would stick. First of all, the zombies wouldn't want to necessarily eat them because zombies like flesh and they like brains specifically. And I've never... Do the changelings actually make internal organs and stuff? I guess they could. They can.
it's
Do they do it
it's
all
a
the
could.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then just like the cup and the coffee, they wouldn't be actual organs, they'd just be facsimiles of organs
Yes.
to have organs, all made of the same goo. So they're not organs. Like as soon as a zombie ate one, it'd just be changing goo. It's not what they're looking for, right? But if it looks, smells, and tastes like, then of course, do they know or care? It just would then reform inside them, and then T1000 the bitch. I know. Yeah, good question. This one. Would they be infectable?
See, they're organic, so I'm thinking yes, but I'm not thinking S tier specifically for this one. I think because of the organic nature of their goo, there's a distinct possibility that certain zombie viruses would still hold. But then, as I said, to throw in a curveball on that, if they turn themselves into solid rock, which is not organic, well, it's organic, but a different kind of organic, would that be something like if they turn themselves into a metal, let's say, which is not organic, they turn themselves into a metal brick, and all of a sudden you see this little like trickle of goo because that was the infection and it's out now because it's not organic, right? Like I don't know. This leaves a kind of a gray area where I don't think this is specifically an S tier choice.
Well, it's also what can they do, not just to not be infected, but to actively go against the infection, right? Yes, they can become a tentacle and go, and yes, they could fly. They can avoid, but they don't have innately extra abilities. So they could punch, they could whack, they could become mist. It's more of a defensive thing, and then some mild throwaways. But they can't just. I guess you could argue they could just push their hand goo at a speed to go through a zombie's head and shatter it and kill them. I guess they can launch themselves that quick because the 30 can just burn them, right? But if they go, I guess it's quick enough, but that's very, very quick, right? To break.
They could kill them like that, yeah, absolutely.
Although
pull a T1000 and just turn their arm into a sword.
Yeah.
They are changelings. They can do changes into anything, pretty much.
Xenial, any. This is kind of the broad discussion. I mean,
Star Trek zombies. The abilities of all the zombies from Walking Dead, World War Z, all of them.
Oh my god!
Space zombies.
Well, they can survive in space for sure. Yeah, I feel like if it was a quote unquote man-created virus, they would make it changelingable, but not by intent, just by it covers everything. And then I love that. I think it would stop them from becoming a non-changeling, because it would like break down their brain chemistry in their form, and that would then cause the Odo level degradation and cause them eventually sort of die via melting, but maybe not die because they're changeling / zombified. But yeah, I love also the idea if they are forced somehow to revert, the infection can't maintain with it. So I think, going that logic, they're not immune, but also they can become a cloud and just waft away from the zombies. So yeah, my gut was also A, more for defensive ability, but not quite, you know, you can't infect a crystal. You probably can infect a changeling. I mean, because if it works, I mean, boy, if you can make the changeling a zombie, and if the zombie can run and be aggressive, then now you've got an aggressive running changeling. Doesn't matter if it'll die in 6 years or whatever. That is a don't fight that. That's not a good time. That's not a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm willing to say A for that one.
My professional expertise has designated an A.
Perfect. Then moving to Susiguru again, with
Oh.
member for 48 months at the rank of captain. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you so much.
How about Armis? Ooh.
He ain't very nice. I'm gonna put on record. He ain't very nice.
Again, he's got that biological element, but he's actually just pure evil. So it's a different kind of.
Well, pure hate, I think. That's what they said.
Hate and evil. It's kind of both.
It was evil as
All
well?
the bad things. All the
Okay.
bad things. Yeah. See, yeah, I don't think he can get infected, first of all. Second of all, I think he would just pull in all the zombies into his, this puddle of goo and merge with them to become even more evil. So he would become the king of the zombies, you see. And he just launched them out as needed.
He'd be a combi?
Sure. Yeah, again, I don't think the zombies would first be attracted, first of all, because he's not biological in that sense. Like there's nothing that the zombies could eat or benefit from by attacking him.
And Trekyardians says data is not biological, so they wouldn't touch him. A lot of zombies just attack anything they're sensing moving. Biological is not, you know, like some zombie versions, they actually want to eat the brain, literally eat for sustenance. Some just want to like be one with their essence, and therefore they can eat and digest any part of them. And some just want to claw and just attack anything they see. So the whole spectrum, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Armis would just be flinging them away as well, like he did with Tasha. Just.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got like psyop powers or psi powers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, so you're right. He has got some level of psionic ability, but I also, if I'm thinking it's very specific framework, right? That he is limited by his own exertion, so he can't just do it infinitely, right? He has to rest and he has to deform and he has to, you know, so he can't just stop every zombie. But that said, even if the zombies go into, well, like once he deforms, like the mist, I doubt that any form of zombie would look at the puddle and say, "Let me attack the puddle by going blah blah blah." Blah. And if it did, it wouldn't have affect him, right? So that there's no solid mass in the puddle. The puddle is forming into him. So it's so there. Even though they might not attack the solid him, he just stay a puddle and not be killable. But I like the idea. Yeah, if the zombie came into the puddle, could he like digest it?
And would digesting it be detrimental? Like, would the infection that's in the zombie because he ingested it? But then, I don't, because of the goo nature of him, I don't think it would stick or hold necessarily. So.
And Sean says your volume's very low, Stuart. Let's have a listen.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know. You'll
be infected, but you're a little bit low. Not a ton. We're just boop, and then boop. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think it could be zombie. I think the virus would just not be able to deal with whatever the hell he is. I think he's so unique and specific that I think it would burn it away. In fact, it might not be the cure to everything, right? Everyone needs a bit of Almas in them to survive. I think he's an S, but also because he just passively just hang out in his goo puddle and not be involved. Which, in fairness, in zombie apocalypse, if all you can do is live, well, that's you know.
My instinct was put him at A because he's still biological and it's hard to decide what would happen there. But yeah, I think S tier for him. I think he'd be above the changeling somewhat.
Yeah, I think he's so you know, he's a formation of weirdness. He's not just a mimetic life form that, I don't know. For me, he's less organic. Yeah, he is less organic. Yeah. That's
All
just
right.
my gut.
Moving on. We got Olivia with $10.
Thank you.
Well, I'm broke down. My
Oh, no.
poor semi is in the shop. I blame the
Oh.
commander. Also, Michael Burnham would survive the zombies and then turn around and tell everyone the cure in 10 episodes or less. I mean, she is the greatest of all time, so
I mean, I think it's
yeah.
only fair, Stuart, that we lower everyone else down a grade and she takes S.
Oh, wow.
Like, I know that's what you're thinking. I think the only fair. Is that what you're thinking?
No.
Oh, guess that's good. Sorry, continue.
What zombie in their right mind would want to approach this woman? She's not very human. She's not very delectable or delicious, I'm sure. So no. I don't know. She's just she would stave off the zombie infection from a bite for longer than like twice as long as normal people. She would still give into it though. She'd cry along the way. She might be able to cry out some of the toxin or the infection. I don't even know. Um, she would probably try to come up with an answer and a cure. I just don't think she'd get there in time. Everybody else would pitch in after she became fully zombified, work on the cure, get it finished, and then unzombify her. She stands a slight chance of surviving, but not very much. Let's be honest. She's going to get infected. She can't run super fast. She can't get away from them. Um, she can't talk them out of biting her, much as she might try.
You don't know.
I'm just
Look, Stuart. She successfully fired a phaser backwards at somebody else and didn't shoot herself. Right? There
never saw that for sure.
There are
Never saw her fire
skills.
it. She bent it around herself.
Oh yeah, well,
Make it more powerful.
She did the wanted.
became
She did wanted. She curved the laser blast.
Yeah, she curved it around herself multiple times to increase its speed and damage potential. Then,
and it might have even gone back in time if it went fast enough. Superman 2, right?
Maybe it did. Maybe it killed the guy she was firing at
Before she even got there.
While he was a fetus. It's true.
Do I go serious answer or not serious answer first, Joe? You can pick.
Both.
Oh god. Well, she has the ultimate power of plot armor, so the universe would revolve around not having her lose. I'm saying that with a certain truth. She would make various bold decisions that would somehow pay off. She would, I'm picturing this, she would be able to take a team and walk into a zombie-infested lair and manage to sneak past them.
Sure.
And not even worry about it. There might be play for tension, but she'd really easily do it. And then get to a secret place and find the secret cure and save the world. She would. She would. She could also probably hand-to-hand fight various, not an issue. She could definitely pilot. She'd have the luck of finding a fighter that was lost, with still somehow fully fueled, like in a Wonder Woman 2. Fully fueled fighter just in the museum. Yeah. She'd do that. She'd find a fully fueled shuttle and use it to crash against kill hundreds of zombies. Easy, Stuart, easy. I don't even know. I don't even see how she could lose, to be honest. Has she ever really lost in the show? Serious, well, I guess not serious to the Discovery show, but serious answer. She is intelligent, she's capable, and she's smart enough to try and get off planet or something. I don't know. She'd definitely do better than a lot of, she'd do better than Chekhov or Uhura, or she would do better than a lot of people because her skill set is far more sciencey and survival. I mean, she literally survived in the 32nd century for a year by bullshitting her way through every scenario. Clearly, she has way more street smarts and skills than most of the other teams. So she would be obviously higher on this list. Not even a joking kind of way.
Should she be C as the average?
I would go B, and then we would look to just dethrone her with someone better or someone in between. Because I could see her staying in B, but I would like her to be, you know, yeah.
B for Burnham. No, I don't think she deserves that or has earned that. I don't. She doesn't have anything special about her physiology that she can use against the zombies or be an advantage. So I'm thinking just because she's straight up human, although the bestest of the humans,
And Vulcan
she should.
techniques and, you know.
Vulcan martial arts, sure.
Hmm.
I still say C though.
I mean, if someone wants to tell me otherwise, like I say, she's it's hard not to take it seriously with not seriously with her improved skill sets. But yeah, go for C. But like, yeah, she's pretty smart lady. Like I said, she'll beat loads of the people. So if that's the bar, then B is going to be an interesting metric.
Let's put her at C and see where this goes.
See where it goes. All right, fair dues, fair dues. Boy, that picture, eh?
It's great. All right, next up, we've got Sussy Guru 2005 euros, species 8472, the Undine. Their biological defenses are even stronger than the Borg's, physically stronger too. Yeah, I mean, they are from a different realm, a different dimension, a fluidic space, if you will. And as a result, I think their physiology would be so much more different. The Borg have trouble assimilating them. So I think naturally a zombie virus would also have trouble infecting them as well. And you are correct. They are super strong. They would be able to toss away zombies, no problem. Faster, more limbs. They just have the advantage as far as when a group of or a mob of zombies come at you, they would definitely have a slight advantage in that regard. So yeah, and I'm not quite sure that the zombies would be like, that looks tasty. But assuming that they're going for the brains, because yeah, like Sam said earlier, there are multiple zombies that just destroy anything in their path, pretty much. So, yeah, I think the Undine are probably an S or an A tier. It's just what the delineation is. We'll have to decide, but I I have a feeling that they will fare very well against the zombies.
This one's tricky because unlike Borg versus 8472, that's tech that the organic is so foreign it can fight. But organic versus organic is on the same playing field. And that's how the Doctor kills him with a like he was able to modify the nanoprobes to kill 8472 relatively easily, right? So they are susceptible. So I would think a zombie pathogen, of course, not a generic one, but I would think if there's a prolonged thing, that the pathogen could evolve and very happily take them over because it's just bio and bio. It being, any zombie pathogen is so unusual and is obviously one thing is to corrupt its host, right? So once one pathogen is able to get past 8472's defenses, I think it would be a lamb to the slaughter. It's just a big evolved animal, right, as we are. And then you've got 8472 zombie, which I feel would be real bad. Real bad. And you imagine that trying to spread the disease, running at you and eating eating limbs and yeah. I think it's one of the things where it's like a oh gosh, in those video games where you have a tank. It's one of those things where once the tank goes down, you're in a big problem. Maybe you can bat away loads of zombies and run away and be fast, but once he comes, oof, right? And if you want to go double down a little bit, that maybe his biology is so weird that zombies eating his limbs would cause them to be diseased in a different way, and that would create a whole new problem because he's so different, right? So I could see him being a problem child in both directions. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be a bigger threat if he does get infected for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the difficulty of the Borg not being able to simulate them is, yeah, it's machines versus biological, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, my vote is B on this because I think the tide could turn at a moment, but changelings would be how they might be able to be Borg zombified. This guy certainly could in situations. The the chance of that happening is much higher than a changeling, which is a goo entity. This is a big animal, right?
Okay. So is this a B?
Yeah, yep, straight. And obviously, yeah, well outdoes Burnham in terms of physicality. So there you go. You found the B instantly.
Cool.
Terrence, why not just use the transporter to transport zombies in vacuum space? Yes.
But they can survive the vacuum of space.
That's what the photon torpedoes are for. But guys, 2 for 1 on the PayPal. You guys know 5 or even half if you want to throw the PayPal and keep the conversation going. Easy peasy.
Or super chat.
Yeah. 1 for the price of 1.
Olivia Julius, $5. Sam Rutherford. He already has survived a zombie attack once in the pilot episode.
Super true.
Yeah, okay. Again, I'm just trying to think whether he stands as much of a chance as Burnham or a little bit better of a chance than Burnham.
Well, he doesn't have plot armor in the same way, and he's much more clumsy. Relative, right?
Yeah. He does have the technological aspect of his physiology, which I don't think would make a big difference, honestly. He would probably try to be friends with the zombies.
No, he could see them. He could scan them in a way that Burnham can't see. So that would be useful. He could see them at distance, change different infrared waves and see their... I think that would be really useful for like hiding, etc.
Interesting. Well, I mean, okily dokily, he would just try to nice them to death. Nice zombie, just sit down. Let's talk. Let's have a coffee.
Yeah,
he might befuddle them a little bit with his non-running away attitude because it's Rutherford.
but they're very
no,
true. We did see literally this happen in episode 1, and he did survive. So
forget how though. I need to go back and rewatch.
did Tendi work out anti-serum and then inject everybody? Was that the episode?
Probably, yeah.
So it's literally episode 1. So it's been a little while.
It has been, yeah. Yeah, I think he would get turned into a zombie pretty quickly, but yeah, his friends would save the day, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't have much else to say. I don't think he would. I think he might be below Burnham because he's on the Cerritos and he's lower decks. So he might even be an F, to be honest.
Oh no. Well, okay. This is when the question of he can't physically fight, is that going to play much of a part? Right? Because as in all these situations, how much that truly help, I mean, it varies, but he can't even fight, so But yeah, I like that he can scan, he can detect, he can see things. Great, really useful. He can MacGyver way more than Burnham can, I would say. But still in tech for that. Would we throw the curveball that he might be able to like adjust his bio signs via his implant in some way? Like,
yeah, I would say so.
Maybe not.
He might be able to like sour the milk.
Yeah.
As they say. For the zombies wanting to attack him. So he might be able to sidestep them quite easily. Or make them think that he's one of them. Like in The Walking Dead where they cover themselves with the zombie blood. The zombies just ignore them. So maybe,
But I don't think if you're doing it properly, the narrative, that would be a permanent solution, as a temp one. But yeah, that's a unique vibe for sure. But yeah, he would definitely be overwhelmed. He would definitely be befuddled, and it's an inevitability, right? Inevitability to his doom.
Yeah, I think so.
So I would probably place my D in this metric. I think Burnham would find a bullshit way of winning that he would have a harder time of.
Without his friends.
I was just thinking that if he had his team, whole different thing, then you have the plot armor. That's a great idea. Yeah. Really makes you think.
Things that make you go, hmm.
Hmm.
It's from the Arsenio Hall show. If you know, you know. All right. Trekyard is back. Good. Mark Lawrence says Rutherford can't fight. Do you remember him taking on all those Borg in the simulation set up for him to fail? Well, yes, but it's actually a good point.
Hmm.
Quiet, you. Sam's thinking.
Hmm.
It's dangerous.
At what point does knowing it's not a real threat and safety protocols stop the threat? Because the Borg aren't generally going to break his spine or eat him. So it's more like a target practice. They're not actually going to do anything, right? Even if the actual zombies in that same scenario, they're not truly going to bite through his skin and break the bone, right? So the safety protocols would stop all the threat. So you
I
had
think you'd be more confident in a holodeck, is what you're saying.
well, yes, but just there's no oops, now I got hurt, oh no, I'm down. I think as soon as you actually throw in real zombies, he's gonna get hurt really quick because as good as he could be in the short term, they aren't stopping at danger. Holodeck is. It's a great point though, but yeah, I think he would still get yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're moving on to our next super chat.
Nice.
Sussy Guru 2000 throws in €5
Thanks
and
much.
says God from Star Trek 5.
Well, that's not fair.
What does God need with a zombie virus?
Did he start it? Is that his way out? Oh no. Come closer, my zombie horde. Closer. I must see the blood on you.
Sure, yeah. So God.
I'm so excited to hear what you're going to say for this, by the way.
Pretty powerful entity that is non-corporeal
Yep.
and takes up a big chunk of a planet. Needs a starship though to get anywhere. Can shoot lightning beams out of his eyes, so that would take out quite a few zombies, I'm sure. So would the zombies even get close? What are they going to bite? What are they going to attack? What about the rock monsters that he creates that would definitely hold off a zombie horde, no problem? Yeah, this guy, he's an S tier, hands down.
Yeah, it's hard to bite energy life forms.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, I think he would just sort of be amused as the zombies everyone around him, and he would lightning. Do you remember that? I think it's the last Thor. When have you seen the last Thor?
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they use lightning, it goes through other people and goes to other people. Like he would lightning because if he wanted to kill Kirk, he could have, right? So he was choosing not to. So lightning would go into a zombie and lightning dead. Yeah.
Lightning chain.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, or he could just create if we take it literally, he create pillars that can stab out of the ground and start breaking limbs.
Oh
Right?
yeah, he could. Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have the advantage for quite a while with a huge horde coming at him. But what are they going at? What are they going to do when they get there? Like he'd have fun swatting them away in multiple different ways. Like I said, rock monsters, shit out of the ground, lightning bolts, more creative god type ways of killing things. I don't know.
But he's still in prison, right? So he is being constrained by the prison. But the prison might just be the energy barrier to keep him on the planet, not necessarily, right? It's ambiguous for a reason. But yeah, I think it's definitely an S because it's like with the changeling. How do you bite a cloud? Kind of hard to.
And Dan Ben says it could not survive Klingon ship disruptors. Oh, it survived. It wounded it enough that they could get away, but guaranteed that thing's still alive on that planet. It didn't kill him. Just saying. I don't think the disruptors killed him. So
Yeah, I never got that was the intention from that scene that one torpedo killed it. I never want. Did you guys think that? as the tone. 'Cause I don't think that was meant to be the implication. Just so much
No,
as
just
it distracted it. It you know,
yep,
nullified
distracted
it
it
for a
or
few
weakened
seconds.
it enough. Yeah, to get for them to get away. So
Or, brutally honest, it just showed it wasn't worth trying because they'll keep pissing me off. It's like, oh, F it. It's not worth it. I'll let them go, kind of thing.
so
So,
for me,
yeah.
he's an S tier.
Yeah.
He's God after all.
Yeah. And he does not need a zombie apocalypse, so boy,
Right.
we've never had this group of people at S before, or even in the same ranking before. That is
No, that's right.
a tremendous batch of people. I love it.
And Dennis V throws in 2 pounds and asks about Garrick. Well, it's a 5 pounds would do it. So another 3 if you want to throw that in. Or if anybody wants to top that up, feel free.
But I've got the picture ready as well.
Well, next up, though, is Sussy Guru 2000 with €5. The Xenomorph Gorn from Strange New Worlds.
This is distinctly the Xena version versus the adult Gorn. So this is the teen Gorn. Kid to teen Gorn. Oh, although I just raised the poll. With 29 votes 39 minutes ago, would the Borg Queen win against a zombie world? To my surprise, only 60% say yes. 40% say no. So the zombie queen herself would not win against a zombie, or would, but not to the same degree I was expecting. Okay. Interesting. I like it. All right.
Before we go with the Xenomorph thing, Trekkernaut throws in 2 pounds and says, would Q be S tier and shift everything else down? No. He would just be S tier with everything on S tier. He wouldn't shift everything else down at all. He might be above S tier, actually, because he could just erase all zombies from existence. But we're not talking about Q right now. We're talking about the Xenomorph.
Yeah. It's a very important, which is a sad sentence you had to say there, but it's true.
Yeah. And Sussiger topped up the previous two, so Garrick and Q, I guess. All right.
Ooh.
So Xenomorph, these are the ones that burst out of people's backs, and they're little bastards, little feral bastards that run around and just survival of the fittest. They would annihilate some zombies for sure. Zombies, I don't think would have much of a chance against them, even if they grabbed it and like bit it. Would a Gorn be infected? I don't know. Now, if we're talking about adult Gorn that are laying eggs and zombies, that'd be interesting. Zombie wandering, shuffling around, and all of a sudden Gorn start bursting. Like talk about a mega threat, a zombie with bursting Gorn out of its back. Wow. uh the Gorn would have a bit of an advantage. They'd have a speed advantage. They'd have they'd probably be a little bit more maneuverable. They wouldn't be falling for the reaching out and grabbing zombie. They'd be able to duck that pretty easily. But again, when it comes to hordes of zombies, eventually this thing's just going to get ripped apart by multiple zombies. They're just going to grab it and pull it apart. Will one of its brothers or sisters come and save the day? Maybe. It might try, at least to take out a zombie or two. But again, with a horde of them, I think it's going to get grabbed and ripped limb from limb pretty quickly. It would last a little longer than I think most of the people or things we're going to be talking about on this list, because it could move fairly adeptly through the darkness and through the ship, through the walls, do its xenomorph thing. But eventually I think it would succumb, because it would try to go for zombie and eventually meet its fate. I'm afraid. Yeah.
Okay, side question, since you mentioned it. Which would survive more or better, a xenomorph or a Gorn xenomorph? Meaning this guy.
Oh, a xenomorph would win.
Yes.
It would last longer than the Gorn xenomorph for sure.
Good. Just wanted to, because you mentioned that, because the xenomorph obviously has its giant tail, the acid blood, the head biting, and the incredible speed, and also be able to hang from stuff, which the Gorn have no particular. Their physics hanging. Xenomorph have kind of this weird. Oh, we can hang from other stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
And xenomorph would just like take out the zombie's brains with its inner mouth.
Yeah, but then, all the zombie blood might get into his mouth and infect it.
I doubt it because it has acid for blood. So any infection that gets into an alien would probably
But is
be
it blood or
modified
cells? Because there's both
by the
versions.
acidic nature. Doesn't matter. I think
Yeah,
I
that's
think
interesting.
anything
Ooh.
getting into xenomorph blood would have a problem. It'd have to be specially engineered for it
But
because
but
it is so harsh.
but we said they might be able to get into a changeling which has no blood. 'Cause that's just biology. So we can get into the biology part and not the blood part.
Yeah, but if anything gets past, we're not talking about xenomorphs though. If a zombie virus got into xenomorph blood, it would not take hold. I guarantee you.
Yeah, most viruses for sure. Yeah, yeah.
But the question is, if there's a chest or a face hugger and it attacks a zombie and lays an egg, and then that comes out, would you be dealing with a zombie
No,
xenomorph?
no,
Okay,
no,
perfect.
because it's just a decaying person. But
Yes.
the question is, and this is very important, guys, is a zombie body decayed enough to not allow a face hugger? Because it does need blood pump. It does need things working, but there's
That's an interesting
working
point.
and there's decaying because I wouldn't think it'd decay in the same way as a literal corpse. Otherwise, all zombies would be
Sam,
all corpse. Yeah, what?
Sam. We're
Yeah.
not talking about xenomorphs. We're talking
Oh,
about
but it's so much
more.
more interesting. There are fake xenomorphs here.
I know it is. It's a much more interesting discussion, but we
I really
didn't
like the
decide to
alien.
do all of sci-fi today. We just did Star Trek.
Okay, thank you, Stuart. Bring it back on.
That'll be
Back on.
next
Back
week.
on. Hi, Raj.
Next year's we'll do that one.
Xeno versus everything. Yeah. These ones. Okay, okay. So they're very fast. They are feral, kind of. I mean, they're basically just like tigers or leopards, right? Just a bit more sharp things. Um, I mean, yeah, it'd be very hard to have like 100 city blocks of zombies in a mass, right? In almost any part of any country, especially as in theory, through time, zombies degrade and therefore you lose. You're going from billions of zombies to millions, whatever. Especially with zombies, you accidentally fall off a cliff and break their legs, they aren't moving again. So like, there's a limitation to what zombie can take, right? So if it was in a city but could jump on things and move around things and go past zombies, I would think it'd be fast enough to evade most zombies relatively straightforwardly
For a while, yeah.
for a
But
while.
eventually it's going to want to go after the zombies. And I think that's going to be its downfall.
Okay. Sheer fucking hubris and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
So I really think the zombies would just start tearing at them from limb. Or like trying to eat it. Like just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like just the fear, the pure ferocity of it would be higher than Michael Burnham. But I say that, like, is it in the 872? Because that's an alien race in another universe, galaxy, where there's other cool tech, other cool biologicalness, or is it lower than Michael Burnham because it is just a animal, really, or there's some
I think
characteristics we might look at 8472 in comparison? What do you
no,
guys think as well? Let us know.
it's not as intelligent as 8472,
Well,
especially in
no.
its feral xenomorph form. I'm going to say this is a first F.
It's like it hasn't got the intelligence angle. They can't
Yeah.
even. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's feral. It's acting on pure instinct, and I think that's going
Okay.
to be its downfall.
I just googled him. Jesus Christ.
Just Googled who?
The person in the chat knows it's coming up.
Oh, okay. All
Might be
right.
your second F, Stuart. You might, but maybe.
Next up, we got Dennis V with Garrick from Deep Space Nine.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this one.
Of course you are. Garrick, City and Order, uh, knows a lot of tactics, a lot of, you know, deceptive behaviors. He's more cunning than anything else, and I don't think cunning would necessarily protect you from zombies that are just hoarding through and trying to like just get to you. You could be a little strategic in your hiding spots, last again a little while, create a little fortification. Um, you'd have some techniques for blowing up a few zombies, perhaps, and for eliminating quite a few for a while. but unfortunately, I think in the end he would get got at some point. But he would last much longer than a lot of people we were talking about because he is all about survival, and his Obsidian Order training is quite involved, let's say. Um, yeah, I don't think the zombies would be stopped. I just think they'd be slowed by Garrick. I think eventually they would get to him, and they would, assuming they're like Cardassian. I mean, but um, yeah, that's a good question. I think he's got an advantage over a lot of people because of his training and his ruthlessness, but it's not going to hold out too long, especially if you have just wave and waves of incoming zombies. You will be able to survive for a little bit longer under Garrick's care, I'm sure, but eventually he would get overrun and he would succumb. So,
Based on
higher
what,
than Burnham, though.
based on what you said, my brain instantly went to, can he out cunning people without intelligence? Right? Like, that's his thing. The Obsidian Order are there to make these giant plays with smart things. They are meant to go toe to toe with Tal Shiar. 21. You know, like they're there for a reason, right? They're not just dealing with basic bitch problems. So he's thinking on such a high chess level that the checkers players are beating him up in the playground. Potentially, right? There's a difference that might play. So zombies, yeah, at that point he's just fighting, or he's suggesting fighting animals. There's not really much else to that. But then obviously you've got the running at zombies. You know, there are variants which could be very dangerous. I feel like this character in my mind is the sort of one where there'd be a zombie apocalypse on Cardassia, and have the title 2 years later, and it cuts to a compound with various phaser cannons, and he's there, one of the helpers, and he's become so overconfident that he's forgotten something, and that mistake caused the destruction of the compound and his death. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he's great, but then would let himself down due to his own personality. I don't know how the hell to rank that. Then got such a specific phrase book. So what are you vibing here? What are you vibing?
Like I said, he's above Michael Burnham, but I don't think he's on the same par as Species 8472. Which means Burnham might have to get bumped down to D.
No, I think he's a B, but a low B. I think they can both inhabit either side of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might change with more though coming on the board, but
yeah. He's definitely much smarter than Burnham in terms of what you need, the sort of smarts, but yeah. I mean that's really interesting. Really, really interesting.
All right.
Right, if you want to jump to the PayPal, we had some lovely suggestions.
We still got the queue to go.
You're right, ignore me.
After Q, then we'll jump to the PayPal.
Excellent.
Q, he's S tier. He's non-corporeal, omnipotent being who could blink zombies out of existence. There's no discussion. Why are we even discussing it? He's an S tier.
I didn't discuss it. You just told me he's an S.
I'm talking to the people out there.
Oh.
Some believe that life here began out there. Tribes of humans. I'm sorry, it's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, if he can snap away a Borg ship, having also his son snapping it into the scene, then he can obviously do the exact same thing for zombies, but also cure them. And that would be so bloody horrific if he's like, oh, you've been a zombie for 10 years, snap, they're back, and they remember the 10 years, like, oh, humans taste disgusting.
That's kind of like this first episode of the Lower Decks, where they like, oh, because they remember what they did.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, he makes everyone else in S look silly, even God, because he could definitely snap God into a potty training moment. You know, he could bend him over, etc. Yeah, Q is a QB bitch slapping, but I'm relatively confident that this. I'm not I'm not going to commit to lower everyone to S, A, B, C, D, and then kill the Gorn. Because Rutherford is not an F grade. So that'll ruin the chart at this point, because there's a distinction I like between the people, so... Highest of the S!
Now we're going to move to PayPal. And of course, classic for real. He's
Very
PayPal
serious
#2.
options. You get ready for them.
Trent.
Yes.
Trent from TNG. Yeah, I remember Trent. He is an absolute F tier because he would... I mean, the zombies might be repulsed by his perfume, but...
Oh, that's true.
that wouldn't last long. It might get in their eyes, and they can't see him, but they'd smell him, like, strongly, and they'd get him. And Trent would be toast.
Does he have any redeeming abilities that aren't just in a basic bitch pampered world?
Nope. You could sick his woman on her on the zombies. She might, last for a few minutes.
Was he the guy that outsmarted them at the end because he wanted power or something? He like maneuvered people.
No.
No, okay. I think he would be less able to survive than a feral Gorn creature. Not feral, but teen. So I think yes, he is a hard F. Hard F. Damn.
And next up on Classic for Real's campaign of craziness, we got Luton from Code of Honor. Should drink. # Code of Honor. Luton. A little bit stronger than Trent. Last maybe a few more minutes. Might even last longer than Rutherford. Because he's like pure masculinity through and through. He's a man's man. We just wear that spiked poisoned glove. Not that would affect zombies at all. Luton's toast. What am I talking about? But I think he's above Trent, so I'm going to place Luton at a D.
Well, okay, so are we assuming that he became the king guy through nepotism or skill?
Probably nepotism.
Can we assume some level of skill for a second?
No.
Damn.
Yes, of course. Go.
Yeah, because if he made king, right, he presumably has good training. He's pretty quite smart. He's presumably, he has a skill set that means he can stay a king personage. And I think it's fair to say, given them where they are, he probably has a vibranium armor suit just in the other room that can use shockwave power to repel zombies with claws that go and a force field face mask called Code of Panther. Stab. Wrong franchise. I mean, I think it should be a D. I think he probably has some skills that are useful. We don't know what they are, of course, but yeah, he's obviously more strong in all the ways than the puny man baby perfume man in the lowest tier. Wow.
Right, we move to super chats now by the looks of things. Because there's 2 more PayPals. But it looks like the super chats are ready to go. So I'm going to go with that. Olivia, $5. The poor Rubicon 3 people. Oh, they are absolute toast. Just imagine a zombie apocalypse on their planet.
They are the first to go.
Yeah, they would be stumbling around trying to attack other people, but they'd be avoiding the flower beds.
It's hard coded to their DNA.
Yeah. Would their god creature just light them though? I don't know.
Yes. My children can't be infected by that. But maybe they're strong. Maybe all the relaxing massages have kept their muscles lean and strong, and they could punch zombies. Right? Physical
Sure.
prowess? Would that
Yeah,
be okay?
maybe. They're a little bit too hippie, peace loving that I don't think they have the spark to
Mm,
fight,
mm.
unfortunately.
They haven't got the all spark. You're
Plus,
saying?
they probably taste really good because they are massaged and tenderized, like
Mm.
meat would for the zombies.
Okay. So what you're saying is they're S tier because they're the sacrifices that you keep alive to keep the zombies at bay for a little bit.
No,
Okay, great. Wonderful. What a hell of a chart.
right? All right. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Next super chat, Sesigura 2005 euros. The Iconians from STO. In a cutscene, one of them straight up vaporized a Klingon with a wave of its hand. Sure, with its wavy, handy powers, it is an S tier. I don't want to talk about the Iconians.
Yeah, they're just boring space sci-fi aliens that don't look like Star Trek. They win. They are mega S-ing. Also, they're giant. They probably can't be infected either because they're just beings that I have no idea. How do you relate to that, right? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put it at S.
Yeah, they would cause some serious damage.
I hate that these get brought up all the time because they look like something out of Halo or Mass Effect or a video game like that. They don't look
Yep,
like Star Trek.
they're incredibly video game characters. No,
They're crap, I tells you.
they're not generic, but they are very similar to very many things. And they lose the entire fun of having, oh no, they're all uh, with forehead makeup. Just always part of the fun.
But let's cut back to PayPal. Mark Lawrence,
Oh.
Lucian from the animated series
Mm.
Magics, Magic, Magics 2 is the name of the planet. But magics are powerful. All right.
Mm.
Yes, he was the devil in our ancient past. He visited Earth, and he's actually a good guy. He's just a little misunderstood. I really like him in that episode. It's an awesome episode of the animated series. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. I think again he's right up there an S here because he's just an omnipotent being essentially who got a little misunderstood here on Earth. And there's no way that anything physical like a zombie would be able to hurt him because he would wave his hands much like Q would. So, unfortunately, it's an S tier.
I mean, look at that chest structure,
Right?
right? I mean, this man has a 0 body fat percentage and eats 19 chickens a day. Right, this guy is stacked. I mean, he has six packs on these chest muscles.
Yeah, he does.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he does.
he just purely for like he could like break a zombie's face in 1,000 pieces and then just laugh and then yeah. But like I don't remember him that much to know his god level power, so I'm happy to concede to your
I'll
wisdom. But yeah,
I'll put him at S, but yeah, I'm going to do that so you're less distracted because you're kind of going on there,
I can talk about what I'm shown. I was shown.
right? What else did Mark Lawrence offer up here?
A few things.
Zero, the Medusan from Prodigy. Well, Zero also is non-corporeal, so I don't think could get infected by zombies. Zero is also super hyper intelligent and would be able to work a way to either heal the zombies or totally negate their abilities, or keep them completely safe by keeping them far away from the zombies. So I think Zero is probably it's just by its very nature, being non-corporeal, it's going to be an S tier, unfortunately. As much as I don't want to say that because there's too many S tiers, um, there's no way it could be turned into a vampire or a vampire. My God, that too, a zombie. So the zombies really don't pose a threat to it. could rip apart its suit. Now the thing is, if the zombies saw Zero's true form, would they go mad, or are they already mad? Would they become cured of their madness? Would they become rational? What would happen if they saw Medusan?
If
I
I
don't know.
was writing it, I would actually have it be that yes, it de-zombified their brain and reactivated their cerebral cortex, which is the worst thing possible because it means they now know what they are and know what they've done. And it's like, oh no, and that's the horror of that.
I like it.
Yeah, that'd be my storyline. Yeah, Zero's tricky because yeah, very non-corporeal, very out of the fight, right? And I don't, even if the zombies attacked the shell, he's such a condensed amount of metal, right? And like, I feel like I can take it. Was there other versions that I said couldn't take it? No, I think, yeah, I don't think he had any particular offensive capabilities in the suit. Don't remember anything. But of course, they can fly.
No.
So just has to bobble up above, and there's no, given their energy life form, I don't get the sense that the suit is being powered from the life force. The life force is not something they have to rest, and therefore it can float indefinitely. So purely on the can just hover 15 foot above the air at all times. S. Yeah. And just can non-corporeal very happily. Now, if you were saying on the planet they became corporeal, F, because they're like lambs to the slaughter. But that's different. At least the bodies.
Perfect.
Yeah, good discussion.
And continuing Mark's PayPal, he says from Rumdar going for all three animated series. Rumdar is great.
Rumdar.
Now Rumdar, he I think he'd be toast pretty easily, but he would luck his way into maybe surviving for a while just by sheer force of stupidity. He would find a way to resist for a time, I think. But yeah, unfortunately, I think the Packlids would very quickly succumb to a zombie apocalypse on their planet, as they would. I don't even know. I was gonna say try to like hug them or something, but you know, they're Packlids. They're not that bright. Brumdar is a spy, though. He's like the elite, the best of the best. So yeah, he's still toast.
I mean, do I give the
he's got the Packlid luck, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, do I give the real answer or the fun answer or
Whatever you want.
I feel like he'd live until the end of the world, man. You know, he'd just. I mean, this is all in filmic style, but he'd walk into a scene and then zombies would chase him. He'd say, "Oh, look over there!" As he bonks it, it calls a thing to move, and then suddenly a casket to fall down on him and protect him from the zombies, and then
That's what I mean. Luck.
yeah, like that would constantly work. He's like, "Oh, friend's gone." Oh, and he just takes pictures of his shoes again. So he would probably live until the end of the universe, or his natural death, etc. Or the zombie. I mean, I would be fine. This sounds ridiculous. That the Packers are the only creatures in the universe impervious to the zombie virus.
Because they're too fucking stupid to realize that they've been infected.
Just happenstance. Hey, Donnie, just happenstance. They're just the ones that are, you know. And then you ask the Federation, okay, guys, you either have to have an infusion of Packler DNA to cure the virus, or be zombified. And boy, the polls will be out on that, right?
Yeah. Where do you want to put him now?
Oh, I mean, F, serious answer. A is a joke answer. It's, you know, I think both of my answers are valid in different ways, personally. So wherever you want to put him.
Yeah. So to address Royston S. Bailey, Queen is biological in part, therefore she can be zombified. Yeah, we had a whole fucking discussion about it early on. So go back and check the beginning. She was the very first one. But just having biologicalness does not mean that you don't deserve S tier.
Yeah, it's the exact
There's a whole
same
conversation
thing
around that.
as a tier 100 can be zombified because he's got exoskeleton. No, he can't. She's a robot inside a skin suit. It's a skin suit, not her. You can't zombify a tier 100 because there's a robot underneath.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
very different.
Moving on to, unfortunately, classic for real. It's running for Spock, McCoy, and Uhura, but specifically and only on board Galileo 7 will crash on a planet's surface. I mean, McCoy would come up with some kind of cure, perhaps. Spock would, neck
He would
pinch a
Spock.
few of them. Uhura would try to communicate with them, and they would succeed for a little while, then they would fail. Galileo 7 plays no part.
Well, gives a little bunker. He's
They
predefining
could
a little
maybe
bunker.
get it working and fly away, but they have no engineer. Spock would be the closest thing, and he could probably repair it. But
yeah, I mean, they've not got as many resources. Their power packs are slowly run out. But could zombies break through the hull of a shuttle? I mean, zombies aren't hyper strong necessarily, as they are. I'm gonna vote C or B just because the innate logic of the scenario, there's more than one of them, and therefore team members, and also with predefined technology. It's not just somebody fighting as a team. That's my vote. Somewhere in B or the C, depending where you feel like putting such a logical suggestion in.
you don't want to put it anywhere because the picture doesn't represent anything. So, but I think
well, I tried.
probably up there with B.
All right. Good stuff.
And then fucking classic for real. PayPaling for two inevitable ones. Captain Stuart Foley and Commander Samuel cocky in a zombie setting, but for a reason we shall see cockings. Perfect.
What do you think, Stuart? What do you think? How's Captain Foley? It's not you, because he meant character.
Say F for me, but character-wise, we'll go here. Because I'm sure Galloway would help.
Yeah, he would. I mean, yeah, similar to Garrick, but Garrick is creme de la creme. Yeah, that's the problem. The same thing with James C. Kirk. He is a great leader, but he needs people to lead and scenarios to do. I mean, he can't even take out... I mean, I guess he did technically, but he can barely take out one very slow Gorn. Right? He's not a one-on-one fight kind of guy. That's not his jam. So sure, if you want to give that... and my character...
We don't have a picture for you, though.
Yes, on the left. While I'm moving. Bloop, there you go. Alright, yeah, he's a science guy with science abilities. I don't think he can fight. So he could maybe help, but that's not his speciality. So I think he would, go with the flock, and then when the walls fell, when Shaka fell, he would go along with the tide. Sadly enough. So probably F. It's wrong. It's like a botanist, right? Botanist ain't helping. Not that he's a botanist, but botanist ain't helping. He's not engineering or tactical, and those are the two things you need more than a science guy. Or a doctor. He's not a doctor either. He's none of the things that could be useful. And that's okay. That's okay.
Perfect.
It's not okay, he just died, but
All right, and classic for real PayPal again. We'll get those out of the way. Okay, two more. The Lycian Command Center. I mean the Neo Tokyo. I mean the Edo Piro. I mean the Euro God. In orbit around Love Rubicon 3. Well, I mean, it can't be infected by zombies because zombies can't get to space, and if they could, they wouldn't be attracted to it. So, uh, an S tier by default, I guess, because it's not really a thing or the biological thing. Yeah, no real discussion. I guess that's true.
Uh, yeah, but it's just a building full of people, right?
Is it though?
Is it though? I mean, there's like windows to me. Is it not just a advanced life form above the planet in a space station?
Sure. How are zombies going to get there though? It's obviously fading out of our reality. It's not.
But I feel like if one zombie can get on, they can decimate the whole thing, maybe.
Sure. So however you want to rank it.
Or it can't bite a building. So go with F, because it can't bite a building successfully. A space building, nonetheless. A space building and a phase, nonetheless.
Perfect.
It's not the strongest competitor. We had a lot of S's, and I think not the strongest of competitors is a building and space building.
Yeah, and then also Porthos, because why not? Well, Porthos would be zombified pretty quickly, I think, because dogs are stupid and they want to make friends with everybody, and it would get bitten and turn into a zombie dog.
And then it
We
probably
talked about zombie animals earlier.
cause a lot of chaos as zombie dog.
Yeah.
And that cute face, but with rotting flesh, yeah, that's an F.
Yep.
To be fair, he'd probably like sit on the lap of the sex planet guy. And they both go down together. Poor Porthos. He tried so hard. But also he's a dog.
Perfect. All right.
Sometimes you gotta wonder, are people trying to fill a slot? Fill a certain column. Some might be the S, some might be the F, some might be in the middle. But maybe they're trying to fill up an F category.
Sasagura 2005 euros. General Not Grievous from Prodigy.
Note the image I picked, because he ain't just the nice guy who chats. He's also got the guns and the cannons and the pew pew. They brighten up as well.
And the multiple arms, yes. He is definitely an S tier because there's no way he could get infected. First of all. Second of all, he is a brute. Like, look at him. He would be knocking them all around with his tentacles. He would just spin, do a little pirouette, do some ballet, and he would be... He's S tier. Like, come on now. He's a robot.
Well, he's a gun turret, really. He's a sentient gun turret that has giant laser beams that can fire and shoot through. So honestly, I think what would happen is he would say, oh, they have come for me. That was fun.
Fix the display, by the way.
You
need to fix the display, by the way. I have no idea.
I moved what? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, didn't move anything, but okay. But do you know what I mean? He would just laser through.
Yep.
He would annihilate. Yeah, I mean, in a very different way, he's an S to everyone in S.
Yes.
And there isn't a single organic part of him. He is pure robot. It's kind of like saying a T-1000, but if the T-1000 had guns as part of him. Pure death machine.
Yep. Absolute S tier. I think a lot of these are S tier for different reasons too, which is great.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Dennis V, £5. What about Spot Data's cat? He could hide in events.
and then die of lack of food. Well, the question is, though, is he better or worse than Porthos? And yes, I asked that as a question.
Cat people will say he could survive longer, but the dog people know that that's just stupid.
He's calling you all
So-
stupid.
Well, no, just if you're a cat person. Yeah, cat's going to be enough, unfortunately. It'll last a little longer than Porthos and maybe scratch a few zombies in their attempt to get it. But it'll make a pretty tasty morsel for any zombie that should scoop them up. So,
But it's an example of it's not in it for the brains, because there ain't, you know, not much point in that, right? Dog brains. But it's just life. I don't know which franchise was like, the logic is they just need to be close to life. And the closest to life is inside them. And even closer is being inside them, meaning eating part of them, but it's not eating, it's just, because they've got no digestive system, it's just to physically absorb them. And obviously those living pieces die when they consume them. And then, yeah, zombies are fun, but also not at all. All right, from one extreme to the next, Stuart. So we have a super chat.
Sessigura 2005 euros, the Vesda, the Team U power wraiths from Strange New Worlds. You mean the Gorn? It sure looks like a fucking Gorn to me.
Ball of light, Stuart, ball of light.
Well, again, pure evil, the evil that spawned all evil.
It's pretty evil then.
They can't be, you know, they would just possess the zombies and use them as their bodies as like
skin suits.
Yeah. The zombies wouldn't be able to infect them because they're basically non-corporeal. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, because I don't know his name. Guy from show, medic guy, I don't know his name. Right? That guy, he died. They said that his brain died, so he was a zombie being animated by the energy of a Vesda. So literally was a zombie. So yeah, I actually think that's Campbell. Thank you. Yeah.
No, Gamble, not Campbell.
Oh,
Gamble,
not the soup. The Gandalf
what you do
cousin.
at a fucking casino.
There you go. Yeah. No, I think yeah, I think they could infect the infection, and then use some. Okay, could phase through things. That doesn't necessarily innate powers, but I guess it also blew apart the door in the facility. So I guess you could argue it has some level of telekinesis power. But yeah, it would just absorb, it would just go into a zombie. Zombies wouldn't think anything of it, and then work somehow to free the rest of his people, create a zombie hybrid army of them, take over the galaxy. So he's a double S. You know, you'd need a god or a Q to defeat them, or a lady who's a statue.
So then, yeah, double S. Okay.
Yeah, 100% S. For sure. I mean, it's a fun allegory to think about. Yeah. Interesting.
Next up, we got Sessigura 2000 with €5. Yesterday's winner, the macro virus. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, this could be ultimately awful because if the zombie bites the macrovirus and it continues to do its macrovirusy things, it is also it'll just become part of the zombie horde. And would it want to attack the zombies, this macrovirus? That's the question. Would the zombies want to eat it? Probably. It moves. The zombies are pretty, looks like a flying, I don't know, prune, maybe a flying coconut. They'd want to eat it. Yep. I know we're on a rank it, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
Yeah, see, I was more thinking the other way around. I was thinking it could stab into a zombie, get killed in the process, and then the zombie would have infected wounds and let forth more macroviruses and then spread further, because one organic life form can spread multiple macroviruses versus the reverse is not true. So I feel like it would be, and I'm pretty sure the stinger could sting right through a zombie's brain and destroy it, and it can fly and pick its moment. So he's go above and go down, stab them up. I mean, they're semi-intelligent, right? They're not dumb. Doesn't mean they're sentient, but they're not dumb. They're more, they have the strategic nature versus a zombie. But yeah, I felt they could spawn. They could become. Honestly, it could be a horribly codependent, terrible planet where there's both zombies and macroviruses. Knowing that without the zombies, macroviruses can't spread, and the zombies forever want to eat the macroviruses, therefore always being chased. Be a horrible place to be, Stuart. Absolutely horrible planet. Macrovirus in the sky, zombies in the ground. God, it's real bad.
I'm gonna say A tier.
Yeah. Because if their purpose is to spread, then if they do that, it's a success, right? Because survival is not the point. The point of them is to continue. It's like you're not judging a face hugger on its ability to survive, right? If you want its ability to breed, to create more.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, we'll just finish with the last super chat for now, and then we'll switch back to PayPal in a second. But classic for real, $5, the main character from that upcoming Star Trek CGI Nick Jr. cartoon. It's not upcoming; it's a thing ongoing. So that's wrong. Also, you chose JR, and I don't know why. I think Sprocket's more the main character. He's got shit going on. He's got a robotic arm and ears. So we'll go with JR.
Is the captain's chair character?
I mean, sure, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He's too cute. The zombies wouldn't attack him. He's too cute. He would walk right under them, and he would fling at least one gooey substance at them via catapults and win by the power of magic and friendship.
Yep.
What do you think?
So at least C tier, like Michael Burnham level for sure.
Yeah, I think the ingenuity. Yeah, go for C. I think he's not quite Garrick smart, but I think plot armor, ingenuity, would be definitely C tier.
Definitely better than Captain Foley for sure. So
yeah. Well, yes. I mean, your hair is fantastic, but have you seen the?
Right? How I want my hair to be. All right, moving back to PayPal.
What a crazy list. Super interesting.
Okay, there we go. Classic for Real says we need more Wharf effect. Throw in Wharf. And also Data, why not?
Fantastic.
Data's gonna be S tier, so there's no just point discussing it.
Wharf,
Odd picture to select for Data.
Yes, I know. You're welcome.
Well, I would not have picked it myself, so.
He's smart, Stuart. Look, he's smart.
Sure. Worf, brutal warrior. Definitely take out a lot of zombies on the way down, but he would eventually go down. He is only human, as they say. Oh, I mean Klingon.
The phrase itself shows racism.
Racist. Yeah, he'd hold out for pretty long, but I think he's probably B level at best.
B for Batleth?
Sure.
Yeah, because he's smart, but not cunning. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like even
tactically minded though.
But in space battles, and even so, he's not particularly like. Yeah, he's in a giant.
I think he's more tactically minded in hand-to-hand fighting than he is in space battles. He fires fucking weapons.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's yeah. But also, he's just like Batleth stabbing. He's not like some great martial arts. I mean, he is, but he isn't. I think he. I guess maybe it's like you can see a fencer who's very skilled. Doesn't mean that's useful in other forms of martial arts. So he's good against Klingon Batlethi brutal fighting, but he can easily be out. You know, anyone who's quicker, like a samurai style person with the sword, will cut him down very, very quickly because he's not fast or right. Is it? With my guess, he's not a fast guy with fast compared to that.
Take out a lot of zombies with the batleth, though.
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying compared to tactish. Yeah, yeah. Stabby stab, stabby stab. So first Klingon. I mean, with their redundancy, I'm happy to throw in a little bit that he would have a harder time being infected, so he'd have more time to fight and kill more.
Hmm.
Where do you want to play? Where are you thinking? Where are you thinking?
I'd say B. He could hold out for quite a while. It's tough. I don't know. I think he could be a B.
Okay. Okay.
It's not A for sure.
No.
Definitely not on that.
He's
Oh,
just a brawler, guys.
Yeah. As for Data, well, it's Data. He's an android. He's faster, stronger, more maneuverable. He's also not in any way organic, so he wouldn't be able to be bitten and get infected. So, and he could take out hordes of zombies, punching through their chests, ripping off their heads.
And say die, 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 die. You know.
Yep, yep. Outthink them, be able to hide people, like help people to hide and be, safe. So, yeah, I think he's S tier.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He also doesn't need sleep, so he could keep up. Most people here need to sort of stop and think. He could just keep going. He can definitely, even if he was readable by zombies, he could. I would assume he could reverse engineer his body, the way it projects itself to be unseeable. I would happily say he could do that with some trial and error, so he could walk through the zombies no issue. And he'd probably save the Earth. Or at least try to, right? If everyone's zombified first, then what's there to save? But yeah, I think he's S. For again a very different reason. As I said earlier, very, very different reason, but hey, yeah. Found another S in the lineup.
All right, it's classic for real $5 Sydney LaForge, because the hottest woman in the movie either survives or dies early. Well, she's not hot at all, so okay, that's personal opinion, I guess.
Quite cute.
And here she is as zombified Sydney anyway, so I guess she didn't hold up very well. She'd be an F.
Well, this is internal zombification from nanoprobes versus blah 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 blah. Tech zombie. Which is pilot, I think.
Probably.
Yes, she was a pilot. I mean, I'd say she's capable as nope, she's not though. She's not as capable as Foley or Rutherford because of her knowledge base. Nope, she's F because she's an ensign. She hasn't even got the knowledge. And Rutherford has literally the knowledge in his brain. So no, unfortunately she's an F. She both hasn't got the knowledge, hasn't got the skills, and while cute and adorable, at least yeah, she ain't gonna live that down. I'm so sorry.
Right. Classic for real $5 funding Dennis V's suggestion for Tribble. But your picture didn't work if that's what that's supposed to be.
Oh, you bitch. Well, Tribbles are really just another form of zombie, in a sense. You know? They're just going to survive and breed and make more and be a different scourge. Would the zombies want to eat them? Yeah. Some.
Maybe. Something to hold them over until they find something more fulfilling, I guess. Yeah, if you can zombify Tribbles, they're screwed. They're absolutely F because they will get zombified immediately. And if a zombified Tribble then eats and creates more zombified Tribbles, I mean, then you just got them popping out of the woodwork. So, actually, huge threat.
But I would think that a zombie is a decaying mass. I don't think a dead Tribble could make more babies. So just be the baby inside the pregnant Tribble and the baby inside that baby would be, and then it'd be too small. I think they'd die out. I think there'd be the husk of Tribbles would be pretty severe. I think F because they're basically just bugs.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Now, if it was a virus that took them over, and then, as you say, if it could then make a swarm of, more.
All right. Next up, Sussy Guru, €5. Everyone's favorite character, Peanut Hamper. Peanut Hamper would be, I think, S tier. Like, let's be honest. As much as I hate Peanut Hamper, it's a mechanism. It's not going to
be
fair
point.
By a zombie. It's also got tools that it can create at the front, like lasers and shit. So it could like be lasering off zombies' heads, killing zombies by the thousands. And of course, Peanut Hamper would relish in that and totally enjoy it and be laughing the entire time, covered with zombie guts. So yeah, this is an S tier zombie killer.
Wow, you did not think you were going there with this, did you?
No, I never thought I'd ever give Peanut Hamper an S tier for anything, even most annoying character. Well, that'd probably get S tier, yeah. That's fair.
But you've got to be fair, Stuart. That's important, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I literally, the idea that the voice is so human and annoying, I forgot it wasn't a person of some kind. I literally forgot it was a robot. I've so elevated. So yeah, I mean, certainly, yeah, I think S is right. It will just float. It'll chill out. It'll hang out in a tree. And it will just lightning beam people via like pinpoint syringe, lasers that will go right into zombies' cortex and cut the ability to move out of their whatever's left of their brain cell, etc.
S tier.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah. Mad but true.
Alrighty, and then the last one I think for today is classic for real.
Oh.
With $5, Gollum Picard.
Oh.
Well, although biological-ish, I don't think that he'd be able to be turned into a zombie. He couldn't outrun them because he's got old man legs still, and
Gollum arthritis.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think the difference is that he would be attacked by the attack anything zombies, and he wouldn't have the knowledge to reroute his Golem synth organic body to hide like data. But were he near a colony of synth organics like Daj, Soji, etc., they could probably rejigger his synth organic body to work with Golems. They're all sort of similar but not. To avoid and there must be a way, surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
I'll do what I want. Miss Templeton, there must be a way to turn off the old body features. Override the substrate. It's just code, right? Turn off the arthritis, turn off the ability to turn off the neck pain, the arm pain, and just be able to run at a normal speed or more. Must be, right? Hack the body. They just won't let him do that because that goes against the principle of life. They want him to live thinking he was real, not actually I'm a robot, which he is. So I'll vote B because a lot of what I said, while logical, is also really pushing what he can do. He's not strong, he's not fast, he is intelligent, but he's not, like we saw him in season 2 and 3, he's not fast thinking anymore. So while he's technically hard to eat or kill, he ain't surviving many situations well.
He's better than Burnham.
Yeah, he's a robot. So half the zombies wouldn't even want him, which is true because he's not got real skin, right? And they must know that, right? He's not got a brain. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, her humanity makes her more killable. All right, Stuart, what do you think of this list? We've found the extremes, and yeah.
I thought I was going to be having serious conversations today, but I was proven wrong.
We had some.
Sure. Yeah. You guys are crazy, I'll tell you that. But is it in a good way? I don't even.
So we've got 5 non-corporeal entities at S, 3 robots, and then 2 non-normal life being. And A is.
Look at the card there. Look at the card looking up at the S tier like I belong up there.
Q, damn it, Q, just make me human again. If I want you to die, you better give me a present. Fucking Q. But the A's are susceptible potentially, which is why they're an A. That was consistent. B are very capable, but with limitations. C is shit we couldn't work out where to put. D is people of skills, but will ultimately get killed. And F is everything else, from the pets to the people. We've learned a lot, I think. But the poll, though, 23 votes an hour ago. Would the Star Trek 5 God creature win against a zombie world? 74% say yes. So 26% of you do not think he'd win against a zombie world. Interesting. So, Stuart, what are we doing tomorrow for our joint last Halloween? And then tune in for my Friday AI-driven art piece of horror art. Let me show you one of my examples that I have made, because it's good to have some pre-made.
Tomorrow, though, we're doing scariest moments in Trek. You guys get to pick your scariest either visuals or storylines, whatever, and we will rank them. So yeah, it should be fun. Very spooky Halloween vibe.
Yeah, we did episodes last year. This is moments. So it'd be single moments. So here's an example of the art we're going to try and create. I mean, hopefully with a lot of Trek, but this is just a few fun buffers. I also create some crossover images. And here is Scream Guy and Pennywise, or Crimson and Porcelain, selling stuff at a shopping channel. As you do.
Cool.
That's me on Friday.
That'll be on Friday. Tune in all this week. Anyway, until next time, guys. It's been fun.
Been crazy.
He's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley. Be careful of the zombies, guys.
I was going to say, watch out for the zombies out there.
Picard, look, watch.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.